So once you guys can hear me, you start typing it in the chat box. You drop it in the chat box if you can hear me. Once you can hear me, you drop it in the chat box. Let me see some text right there. If you can hear me, just drop it in the chat box. Let me see. Um, just let me know if you can hear me. So you type it in the chat box so I'll continue. All right, so I see members saying yes. So I'm so sorry, the network got disconnected, right? The NEPA went down, right? The light went down, so I had to on my inverter, right? So let's move on. Let's continue with the analysis. Now, with what I said, patience plays a key role in trading, right? So there has not been opportunity. That's why I have to patiently wait for an opportunity. So this was the strategy I trade, and that gave me this opportunity. It was a personal trade. I didn't drop the setup for anyone. So I'm now expecting sales on gold, right? So I'm now expecting sales on gold. And many of you are going to ask, hey, bro, why are you expecting sales? And where do you expect it to sell to? Now, this is a major zone. You can see that it's an order block on a much lower time frame. On the 2 hour, you can see it's an actual order block. So that was where I was taking the sell from. And this was the setup right here. It was a personal trade. I didn't drop it. I didn't take it on the challenge account. This was the setup. Stop loss was super tight. Everything was there. And exactly the same thing you can see when it was now moving in profit. Now, I took it my personal self. I took it on my personal account. I didn't send it out as a signal. I didn't take it on the challenge account because I didn't trust the setup fully well, right? Because gold is bullish. I want the price to give a reversal first before I start taking it on a challenge account or start dropping it as a signal. Now, since it has given a change of character to the downside and is now bearish, I want to look out for sales. And why am I looking out for sales? Because it's currently selling from this key level, right? So I'm not going to look out for sales to take out this very first low, which is the nearest liquidity present within the market. This was the main entry, and I expect it to drop to take out this very order low. So on a lower time frame, which is the entry time frame, I want to watch out for all my confirmation complete. So on a lower time frame, we have this order block on a 30 minutes time frame, and on the 15 minutes time frame, is also an order block right there. So that's a possible zone I can take the sell, and it has a break to the downside. Then it can use this high and this other one as the liquidity protecting the order block. So I was even expecting to get here first before this other sale happening. I was expecting to get there first before this sale happening, but it's dropping without getting there. So this is going to be the setup I have on gold, targeting this next low. So I'm going to expect the price to take out that very low as the nearest liquidity, right? So let me remove all of this line. So that was how I took my first sell, and this one now is like the re-entry as it's going down, since it's now showing that sellers are stepping in on the chart or in the market. So this is going to be the sell opportunity I'm having on gold. So let me type it out, and then we'll set our limit order. Like I told you guys, I'll be doing this live every day, right? If I'm not available or I'm going somewhere, I'll let you guys know before that day, right? So you guys will know, and then know we're not gonna do the live. So I'll be doing it every day throughout this month. So if there's not gonna be the live, I'll let you guys know. So the entry is about, then all the trade I'm taking, I believe I'm sharing it. This one, it was a personal trade. That's why I didn't call it out as a public signal for you guys, right? You know, I also need to make money myself. I guess this was the only trade I took on this market. yesterday. I also took a trade on Euro USD. I'm gonna show you guys this trade on Euro USD trade. But Euro USD hit my stop loss before going to hit my full take profit. I'm gonna show you guys the trade. So the entry on this gold is about $3,382. So it's about 34 pips, almost 35 pips stop loss. So the SL is about $3,386. So roughly, I'm gonna put it as 35 pips stop loss because it's about 34.8. So it's gonna be 35. So meaning if I use the lowest lot size now, 0.01, it's gonna be $3.5 risk. You can easily see I already know that. Why? Because I already know how to calculate the risk. Then if I use one lot size about $10 per pip, so it's gonna be about $350 risk if I use one lot size. Then if I use 10 lot size, it's gonna be about $3,500 risk, just like that, right? So it depends on the lot size you're gonna use. That's how you're gonna be knowing how much you're gonna be risking and how much we potentially lose. So the take profit is about 3,350.64. Now the only doubt I have with this very setup, right? The only doubt and the only reason I'm gonna have any doubt with this very setup is because gold has been bullish, right? Since it has been bullish now, it has not given a proper change of character for you to start looking out for sell properly. But it has already given a sell structure. It's already bearish recently this morning. But for me to actually confirm that this sell will be aggressive and it's gonna sell for a very long time, I want to see the price breaking price very low, because this will now be a break to the upside and a break to the downside, which is a change of character. But since it has not done that, that's the only reason I'm gonna doubt this setup a little bit, right? But it has everything I need, and this is the setup I have on gold. Then all of this will be all of the setup will be sent out to you guys so you guys will see, and then I'll take it on the challenge account as well, since I'm doing this live with you guys. Then you can as well go to your chart and then do the analysis yourself, right? Do the analysis yourself and see if you're gonna take similar trade. So let's check out BTC, which is the next pair I trade. Let me remove all of this line. I do my analysis every time. I'm always on the chart, right? But I don't always take trade every single time. But throughout yesterday, I was on the chart all throughout. But I only took the trade on Euro USD and that other one on gold, right? So those are the only ones that were clear to me. I was on my limit order on GBPJPY and on GBPUSD, but both of them did not come back to my entry, right? Now on BTC on the weekly time frame, we have this long wick, which is a possible zone this market can get to before buying. Then we have this other high, which is now like a 4-hour time frame. It was a weekly low support. Now it's gonna likely act as a resistance. So I want to go to another time frame, my daily, and on a daily time frame, you can see that level now is now like a major support level, a major breaker. You can see that it's not like a major breaker block. So now if the price is gonna buy, this is a level it can sell to, which is now gonna be maybe this daily time frame order block. This is a level it can sell to before it will continually buy. So I'll be looking out for sales as it's going down till it gets here before I will start looking out for buys, right? So I want to go to lower time to mark out all my possible key levels to know what I will be doing, if I'll be buying or selling. So this market is currently selling from this order block, right? So on the 4-hour time frame, there is no clear order block. If I'm going to use any order block, it's going to be this multiple long wick as my order block, but it's not so clear. So let's go to another lower time frame. So on the daily time frame, we have this last black candle of which my order block should be a blue candle. This last black candle is an ultra order block right here, but my order block should be a last blue candle. So I want to go to another time frame. So on the 30 minutes time frame, we have this last blue candle, which can act as my order block right here. Right, so let's watch out for all my confirmation complete. It has this break to the downside. We're also going to look out for possible buy opportunity, right? Because this market, we have this break to the downside, another break to the downside, right? It's favoring more of sell, another break to the downside. It's favoring more of sellers in this very market. So this is a zone I want to sell from, and this zone has all my confirmation. I'm taking the sell from there, stop loss above that very zone. Then targeting this next key level as my take profit. And if you watch, it has this high, which can act as a liquidity protecting it. Then if you watch closely, the price is only buying. It has not broken this very low as a break to the downside. So it's only giving this buy reaction. Now I want to check if there's a possible buy reason and why the price is currently buying. So we have this breaker, this very breaker block right here. This is the level the price is currently reacting from, right? And this breaker also has a liquidity, but I prefer more of this sell. But I'm going to prefer more of this sell. Why? Because the price did not break out of this very region. It's respecting this very order block. That's where it's selling from. So I'm going to prefer this sell to this buy, right? And another key thing I want to always make sure you watch is this, right? At a certain time, market is going to favor some certain set of traders, right? Either it's going to favor sellers or it's going to favor buyers. Now, at this very time now, it was favoring more of sellers. That's this high where it respected, sold off. This other high where it respected, sold off. Right? This other high where it respected, sold off. Now, it's respecting this other high again. So I expect it to respect this other one and sell off. So this market is favoring more of sellers. This buy is just maybe temporary buy. Right? It's expecting more of sellers within this very market. So I'm going to still hold on to my sell. And then this is the opportunity I'm seeing right on BTC. Yeah, I gave you the reasons why I'm looking out for that very trade on gold. Someone is saying gold is still buying. I give you the reasons, right? And I give you what is gonna likely happen. So it's gonna be a BTC sell limit. Then a key problem that is always with BTC is this, right? There's a difference in the price, right? So your BTC price on this trading view, the different price level, your stop loss can be different on MT5, right? Your stop loss can be on this MT5, on this trading view net, can be above this very point. Once you type out this price stop loss, that's $115,798. Once you type it out, it can be above this very point, of which that's where it is. But on your MT5, it can just be within the region. So you want to make sure you check. If you type it out and it's not above that very point, you adjust it. Make sure it's above that high, of which that's where our stop loss is. Then your entry is at this 30 minutes time frame order block, right? So you won't avoid getting stopped out before the price going as we are expecting, right? So the entry is about 115, 249 is a 30 minutes time frame order block. So you can check that out and then type it out. Then the stop loss is about 115, 798. So it's about 50 pips, about 55 pips. Let's put it as 55 pips. Then the take profit is about 109,760. So this is the setup I have right here on BTC. So this is the setup I'm having on BTC. I'm going to drop all of them for you guys to see. I'll drop in a different channel, but let me just send it out and then we'll continue. So we won't waste much time here. Hopefully gold comes back to activate us before going down. Notice it's already dropping aggressively, and this is my main entry is already at about 1:3. Right, let me break even on my trade. Just let me set my break even on the trade. All right, so I'm on break even on this very BTC trade, on this very good trade. So now this is the re-entry we are watching out for. So once you come back, activate it. If you notice, the general target I was expecting is for you to take out is very low, because this is the nearest liquidity the price needs to take out. Right, so hopefully gold activate us before hitting our take profit. Then on BTC, I'm also watching out for this very sell opportunity. Right, the only reason I'm going to doubt this is because of this buy from this breaker, but I'm expecting sales. So let's check out GBPUSD. On GBPUSD, we expected this very buy as of yesterday. As of yesterday, we expected this very buy. So let's reanalyze it and let's see if that's what I'm still watching out for. Right, that's what I do. I want to check if it has changed, and that's what always happens. If it has not changed, I'm going to look out for same. Right. So now, if you watch on a daily time frame, GBPUSD has this long wick, which is like an order block on this daily time frame. Possible zone this market can get to and buy from. Meaning it can do something like this. Come down here and then buy from here. On a daily time frame, that's a key level. We don't just conclude yet. Then on a lower time frame, 4 hour, which is the next lower time frame I use. On a 4 hour time frame is an order block, right? No much difference. Just still an order block right there. Then on another lower time frame, we have it as a breaker block. We have this as a breaker block right here, and if you watch, this breaker block is an actual breaker on a 2 hour time frame, and this one now is aligning with our daily key level, right? So this is the zone I'm now watching to buy this market. So meaning I expect it to sell. I expect this market to sell, then I'll take my buy from this daily breaker block. So let's set this buy limit order, then I'll watch out for any opportunity to sell. If I find an opportunity to take a sell, I'm going to take the sell. But if there's no opportunity, we'll just wait and then see what the price is doing. So let's generally see what I'm targeting and where targeting. The nearest target now is this long wick, which is this 4 hour time frame long wick, which can act as an order block. So that's going to be my target, that order block right there. Then on the lower time frame, for 2 hour, that's also an order block, long wick. If you watch, it's an actual order block on a 30 minutes time frame. An actual order block on the lower time frame. So the only zone I'm watching out to buy this market is going to be this breaker, which has not been mitigated. The price has not gotten there yet. So this low can act as a liquidity. If you notice, yesterday I was taking it from this very zone, but now I've adjusted and now I'm taking it from this lower zone. Right? So this is now what I'm watching out for on this GU. So all these limit order, I'm gonna send it out. Then for any reason, any of them is not gonna I feel any of them is gonna go. It's not gonna hold. I will let you guys know. But today there is no news, right? Today is Wednesday. The market is just gonna be clean. There's no news. So the only news we are right. The only news we are expecting is tomorrow on GBP news, GBP and the this other news. All right. Someone is saying a news is correlating with my setup. Oh, so let me type this out and then drop. So you guys will set a limit order as well. Now, if there's an instant trade, I'm gonna call it out, and you guys will take it as well, right? Why I didn't call as that gold? The gold I caught, why I didn't call it out was, I guess it was already late. That's the reason, right? And I want to take it more of personal, and I also doubt the setup because of the bullish move on gold. So the entries are about 1.3133. I believe you guys saw the reasons why I'm taking this very trade, right? Because it's aligning with the daily key level, of which I guess in our last analysis I didn't check it out that way. That's why I was not able to know that it's not aligning with the daily key level. If I had checked it out, I will know. Then I will make sure it's aligning with the daily. But now I've reduced the analysis. Our entry is now much lower than the previous one. So the take profit is now gonna be 1.33668. So the stop loss is about how many pips? About 24 pips. There's no news today, so this is what I'm seeing on this market. Then let's see if we're gonna find opportunities on the lower time frame, because the way we are waiting for the market to always play out in just, let's watch out for any lower time frame to see if we find an opportunity. For you to wait, for you to be patient enough to wait for the market to give you a good setup, it's gonna take you being disciplined and also you having experience, right? If you're not disciplined, you'll not be able to wait. You just keep jumping on trades. So let's check out Euro. There's no clear opportunity to take a trade on that market. So on Euro, this, if you notice, it's just moving within this range. I've been watching it out since yesterday. This was where I took this buy. This was where I took the buy on Euro US yesterday. I don't usually trade on a lower time frame, but I just decided to do it on a much lower time frame, right? I don't usually trade on a lower time frame. So this was where I was taking the buy yesterday from this very zone. Stop loss was just slightly below this very zone. Then my general target was this nearest high. Right, this nearest high was my general target. And if you notice what the price did, it came activated, went to profit, came down, took me out just to get liquidity, and finally started buying and hitting full TP. Right? If you notice, nobody knows I took this very trade, but I took it myself, right? And I took the loss myself. I didn't even feel bad because I know I already managed my risk. This was the setup right here. You can see the setup. See the setup right here on a 5 minute time frame, and it hit full TP after hitting the stop loss, after taking me out. Just like that. It's normal. Then this gold was also a trade I also took myself. Personal trade. I'm already on break even. Right, just like that. So on Euro, let's see what we're expecting today. like I said, it's just moving within this range. Right, just moving within this range. So let's watch out for all the break of structure present and then know who is gonna likely now take charge of the market. Right, who is gonna likely now be the ones in charge of this market, either buys or sells. Right. So let's see if there is any break of structure. First, we have this break to the upside. BOS to the upside, showing that it's bullish. Another high, and the price has failed to break that very high. Then a break to the downside. Then another low. Price has failed to break that very low to the downside. And let's watch out the recent move. With this, maybe we're able to tell who is in charge. Price had this low, broke out of the low, it had this other high. This one was not a valid break, just a sweep, just take out the liquidity above this very high. Right? So with this now, and the price still respecting this very major high, major like a resistance, I'm gonna say this market will sell, right, to take out this nearest low, and if possible take out this other low as the nearest liquidity. Since the price has gotten the liquidity from the top, it's not gonna go down to take out liquidity from the bottom. And if it starts selling now, it's gonna drop to take out this liquidity, then tap on this breaker before buying. Now this is a similar opportunity we have on GBPUSD. We are trying to take a trade from a breaker, and this Euro USD is also providing this opportunity from a breaker block, using this low as your liquidity, protecting the breaker block. Right? So I'm expecting to drop, then get here before buying. But let's see. Once the trade is coming down, I will check and then call out the signal for you guys. I believe I gave you guys the reasons why I didn't drop the signals, why I didn't drop any of the trade signals yesterday. I dropped GBPJPY, which did not activate, but I gave you the reasons why I didn't drop those other ones yesterday. Right? Now let's check it out, what we're having on this USDJPY. As of yesterday, I was expecting this price to come down here and then buy from here. Right? So on today, let's see what we're expecting and what I'm seeing within this very market. So on a weekly time frame, there's no big deal. It's only that this is a low where the price will likely respect. So that's the only thing right there. But let's go to a much lower time frame. On a daily time frame, notice we have this long wick, which is automatically an order block. Right, possible zone this market can get to. So now lower time frame is also similar. On a 4 hour, it's an actual order block. So this is where I'm now expecting the price to get to. Right, this is where I'm now expecting the price to get to before I'll look out for buy. Right, and I want to see my confirmation first. So I'm still expecting it to sell, then get here. But for it to sell, let's watch out for everything complete again with our strategy. With strategy I use, then I'll take the sell to get here. So I want to see my change of character first before I take this very buy. Right, then let's watch out for any opportunity that is going to make us take any trade for it to get here. Right, so we have this long wick, which can act as an order block. Right, that's a long wick on a 2 hour, which can act as an order block. Then let's check it out. Let's confirm it on a much lower time frame. Let's see if it's actually a valid zone we can take a sell from for the price to tap on our 4 hour time frame OB before buying. So this is a pretty valid sell zone. Guys, right? Let's watch out for all our confirmation. break to the downside, then it's forming this high, which I now expect the price to take out as a liquidity protecting this other block. So this is what I'm seeing, and I'm gonna validate this and confirm it with everything because the buy is the main thing right here, but we're actually trying to see if we can take a sell for it to buy. Right, so I'm gonna validate this and then so I'm gonna validate it and then call out the signal for you guys. But let's check on a lower time. Let's see what's happening. And if you watch, it has already confirmation, break to the downside, then it isn't, can use this high, take out that high like that as liquidity, then tap on this very level before selling to get to this level. That's the level, then the only level I expect buy to happen. Right, but this week price action is pretty slow. Right, this week price action is pretty slow, but this is what I'm expecting. Let's see how this is gonna be, and once I validate this, I'll let you guys know. I'll drop the signal for you guys. Then on GBPJPY, I'm seeing this sell, which is what we're looking at for yesterday from a breakout block. Right, I'm still gonna watch out for that very opportunity. I'm taking it from this very breakout block, so I'm still gonna be expecting this very move on this market. Right, so I'm still gonna expect this very move from this very market. So our limit on GBPJPY, still keep it. The limit order on this very GBPJPY, still keep it right there. But let's see if there's any opportunity to take any trade as it's coming there. So on the lower time frame, there is no clear buy zone. In lower time frame, there's no clear buy zone. So let's just wait for our sell to activate, then we take the trade. So the the USDJPY, let's set our limit order on this. Right, let's set our limit order on this very on this very USDJPY. Let me type out everything and then drop the chart setup for you guys. And I'm gonna take this on the challenge account. Then once I'm done with this, I will now check all the setup I have. Remember, maximum of 3 trades a day. And after 2 stop loss, we are done for the day. So I will check out how many trades we have now, then know how many of them we are gonna hold. I'm gonna tell you how I go about it. Right, if I have so many limit order, how I go about it. Right, the GBP sell limit. Then the entry is about 148.143. Then it's SL. I guess my entry is wrong. My entry is wrong. The entry is about 147.876. Then the SL is about 1. That's the 143. 148.143. Yeah. It's about 26.7. That's about 27 pips. What's that? $148. 147.876. It's correct. Try it again. Try it again. All right. So I guess that's the last pair trade. I guess US30 is still there. Right. Let's check out US30. I only caught a sale on US30 earlier yesterday. Right. I was watching out for this very sale on US30. But this morning, let's see what we're expecting and then see what's going to likely happen. So on US30, we have this low, this daily low, possible zone price can get to. Then there's no other zone. Then on a lower time frame, 4 hour, we have this 4 hour time frame order block, of which this was where I was expecting to get to before buying, but it didn't get there before doing this buy. So like I told you guys yesterday, right, once this US30 is moving within a certain move, right, you always try to trade along with that very move. I mean, if it's bullish, try to look out for possible buys opportunity. If it's bearish, try to look out for possible sales opportunity. So I'm going to be looking out for buys, but now there's no clear buy zone. It has this order block, possible zone it can get to, then buy, but it has a break and does not have a clear liquidity protecting it. Right, so I'm just gonna wait patiently to see if it's gonna form that liquidity. Then I'll tell you guys to take the trade. Right, so all the trade we have today, all the setups we have today. First one, this very good sell. A limit order is set. Right, then on BTC, limit order is set. GBPUSD, which is the buy limit. This GBPUSD can take time. Right, it's not gonna activate today. Right, I'm gonna tell you that it won't activate today unless there was a volatile move. Right, it's gonna happen maybe tomorrow or next. Then this euro, I told you guys don't set this limit order. That's about 3 limit order already. GBP, BTC, and gold. That's about 3 limit order. Then this sell limit order on USDJPY, which is the 4th limit order. Then this one we also have yesterday. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 5 limit order set. Now this is what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm gonna go about it. Once the first one activates, I'm gonna watch. When the second one activates, I'm gonna watch. Then the third one activates, I'm gonna cancel the rest limit order. Did you guys get what I said? Once all of them activate today, right? All of them are not gonna activate today for sure, but the first 3 that we activate, we keep it. Right? We're gonna keep only the first 3, or hold only the first 3 that we activate today. So meaning the rest will close out. Once those 3 activate, we'll delete the rest limit order and then move on to the next trades. Right? Hopefully those 3 are not gonna hit stop loss at a time, because we only need 2 stop loss and we stop. And if 2 hit stop loss at a time, then we'll break even on the third one just like that. I'm gonna give you the instruction how to go about it. But these are the only limits order we have. This very one I sent out yesterday, right, is right here, and it's still very much active. Right, then BTC, GBP, USDJPY, then gold. So these are the setups we have now, and let's see how they're gonna go, and let's see how they're gonna play out. All right, someone is saying NZDUSD. I do keep the limit order. Once I set a limit order, I hardly delete it, but I do keep it unless I check again and I'm now doubting it, or um I will no longer like to take that very trade. That's when I delete it. I always keep it, and once it takes time, up to 2 days, 3 days, I will just delete it. Right, but if it's just a day, the next day I'll keep holding till that. Right, I'll drop this gold signal for you guys. Just calm down. Then someone is saying NZDUSD. Let me check out this NZD. Since we are expecting buys on this market, I'm still going to look out for buys on the USD market. So NZD already activated the breaker. If you notice it, most USD pair, they created similar breaker blocks. Watch this closely. This is a breaker block on this NZDUSD. And this same breaker block is the one on GBPUSD, which has this low, which is what we use as liquidity, protecting it. If you watch, NZD has already activated it. You can see this has already activated the breaker and is already respecting the breaker. If you watch this GBPUSD, if you notice, similar breaker, but it has not been activated. Then Euro USD, similar breaker block, but it has not been activated. Right? So NZD has already activated it, and I believe many of you caught this very bad. That's what you do, and that's how you improve, right? Once you see it, you want to check, is it similar to what I'm saying, similar to what this chart is, right? If you notice, similar to those other ones, you can use it to say, okay, let me take it, since it's almost the same thing. It's the same thing, but because of the different pairs. So on this market, I'm gonna still expect more buys. Then if I want to buy, where do I expect it to get to? Which is the nearest zone now. The closest zone is gonna be this long wick, which is like an order block on the higher time frame. A long wick on the higher time frame and order block on the lower time frame. You can see that this is the other block I can expect the price to buy to. So until the price gets there, I'll be looking out for my buys. So let's see if we're going to find any buy opportunity. We now know our directional buyers. And if you watch, price has been favoring more of buys. It has been favoring more of buys within this very market. So I'm interested in taking buys. So we have this order block. This other block has a break to the upside, but it has not created any clear liquidity. So once this other block creates a liquidity, you take your buy from here. Once it comes out like this, goes up a little, then it's going to take out that low as your liquidity, then you take your buy. Right, so this is what my view is. Then I'm expecting it to buy till it gets to this very next level before it will sell, if it's going to sell. Right, I don't know why these other two pairs are slow. This one has activated, is already moving, and these other ones, they are still yet to even come down. I feel it's still the NFP because of the NFP that happened last week. Right, the market is still yet not stable. Right, but let's see what's gonna happen. And I was seeing someone saying AUDUSD. AUDUSD, NZDUSD, GBPUSD, Euro USD, they also do similar thing. Right, they do similar thing. This one has already respected its own breaker, which the same breaker those other ones created. It's already respected it, went up, came back down. I'm gonna expect more buys till it gets here, of which we also did this yesterday. It's currently buying from this breaker. Guess we also did this analysis yesterday where I was not expected to get here, right? Because that's the nearest and the closest key level I have. Possible sell order block, but price violated. It's now a breakout. Coming back down, I expect the price to buy from there till it get to this very level. Right, so I'm gonna watch out for buys. If you notice, this is the only buy opportunity that is already here, but you've already missed this. Right, you've already missed the order. And if you're gonna buy again, if it decides to come down, this is the next zone where you can buy from. That's it. It already has a break to the upside. It's very high. It broke past it. Break to the upside. Then using this low as your liquidity, you can take your buy from here. This low is going to provide liquidity for this very order block, so you can take your buy from here, then target this next zone as your take profit. That's if it comes back down to activate your trade. You can see the setup, all the confirmation are complete. Right, so those that trade this market, this is what I'm going to see, and this is what I'm seeing on this very market. So you can check your chart to see this, and then you take your trade. Now, a key thing I want to advise you guys is this: once you take a loss within the market, don't always beat yourself up. Right, you took a trade and you lost that very trade in the market. Don't always beat yourself up. Right, losses are part of the game. All of these guru you're gonna see posting only profits, consistent wins, they take losses as well. Right, if you notice, if it was gonna be other normal guru, this is what they're gonna do. I took a trade on Euro USD. I lost that. If you notice, the trade activated right here, then it was moving in profit. You can see this. Then later went and hit my stop loss first before moving. If I do post all my wins, only wins, I'll post this win on gold, because this was the trade I took on gold that won, that went well. But this very Euro USD, I'm gonna keep it to myself, and nobody's gonna know that I took this very trade on Euro USD. So we do take losses, and those professional traders you see posting wins, they do take losses as well. So don't always beat yourself up. Just make sure your losses are not that much. They are not that crazy. If I close out on gold now, I've already recovered my losses, and I've already made ×2 of profit. Right? So don't always, just make sure your losses are not more than your wins, and at least you are winning half or even 40% of the trades. Then don't beat yourself up. Keep trying, and with the risk management that I teach on my YouTube, you can go over, apply it, and you can see yourself consistently profitable. Last week with this $200 account, this $100 account I traded, right? With this $100 account I traded, I was now at about $200 at the end of last week. I didn't win all my trades. If you notice, I lost some of the trades, almost half of the trades. But at least I won more. But because of my risk to reward ratio, the risk management plan I'm going with, I still ended the week doubling that very account with a 10 RR. That's 10 risk to reward ratio. So I would advise you, don't always beat yourself up. Just make sure you don't always lose all the time. Then some losses you are gonna take it as normal losses. But I don't feel people win all the time. They don't win all the time. They only show you when they win. I believe you guys got that. So those are my views. Let's watch out for this gold to activate. Then we know what we are seeing and what we are expecting. Then we're waiting for BTC as well. Someone said I got the sell on gold. That's a nice one. If you notice, it's the same system I teach on this very YouTube. I teach you guys for free, and many of my students, notice the general group, notice my student group, notice what was happening right here. Nobody knew I took this very sale on gold, right? Like I told you guys, I don't love showing what I'm making, what I'm taking, the trade I'm taking, just like that, right? Because I don't always want you guys to feel I win all trades, or show you guys everything, right? Take a look at it. This is one of my students trying to take the sell on gold. This was not like his re-entry. He was looking at this possible re-entry on the gold sell. This was another one. He caught the sell from the initial move. You can see this. The same point I caught my own sell. That was where it caught its own sell. This other one was a buy on GBP, on Euro GBP. You can notice what I said right here. Right, I love it when I see you guys catching similar setup with me. This was my entry. It was now running some profit. It's now moving over 1:3 RR. This was when I entered the sell. I already clicked on the sell before I even took the screenshot from my MT5 from this very page right here. The main entry is already running 1:3. I already entered from this very zone. And the trade is still currently running. I've already break even on the trade. So Guru, we don't win all trades. That's why I don't always hide my losses. So don't beat yourself up once you lose trade. But the only difference is this, right? Though we don't win all trades, but I still end every single week in profit. Even if it's not much, but at least I still end every single week in profit. Why? Because I know how to go about my risk management plan. I know about how to control my emotion. I know when not to jump into trades. I know everything about trading that I need to become profitable. So what you want to know do for yourself is don't plan on winning all trades. Just go for win at least 40% of the trade. Just 40%, meaning out of 10 trades you're gonna take, win just 4. 10 trade, lose 6 trades in a row, win just 4. And if you win 4, target 1:3 or higher RR. I do go for 1:4, right? Target 1:4, 1:3. Though you are still learning, or if you have been trading, you have experience, target 1:4. Make sure your risk to reward ratio is always 1:4 RR. With this, you see yourself in a week you can make at least 5 RR. Right, at least you're gonna make 5 RR a week with this 40% win rate, 4 RR, and then winning just 4 out of 10 trades. If you're risking 1% of your prop firm, 1% risk on prop firm, 1% risk on prop firm, that's about 5% profit that very week. 10% rate on a personal account, 10% rate on a personal account, that's about 50% profit on a personal account that very week. Right, 5% risk, and that's about 25% profit. Just like that. If it's your prop firm, you're risking 1%, that's about 5%. You're risking 0.5%, that's about 2.5%. Right? In a week, you notice risking 1% that you've already passed your prop firm phase. I guess some prop firm they do go for 5%. Depend on the prop firm though. Right? So don't plan on having 100% win rates, 90% win rates. It's never gonna be possible. But at least once you take a certain number of trades, make sure you don't always lose all the trades. And you won't win all the time. Create your plan. Once you take 10 trades, once you have a certain number of trades you're going to take a day, you know yourself, you'll be taking 4 trades. Out of that 4 trades, you want to make sure you know how many losses will I be taking. Will I take after 3 losses, I'm done for that day? Or after 2 losses? You evaluate this and note this down. Because it's going to help you avoid blowing your prop firm. Because a day you can go over and start taking 5 trades and you lose that 5 trades. But if you know about to go about your risk management, you will only lose, if you are risking 1%, you will only lose 3% of that prop firm a day if you are taking 3 losses. If you are taking 2 losses, it's just gonna be 2%. Meaning you won't blow that prop firm account in a day, neither will you blow it in a week. But even if you have a 40% win rate that very week, you can still end that week in profit without blowing your prop firm, and still you ended the week in profit. Why? Because your win rate is not good, your risk to ratio was good. You were risking 1% consistently on each trade. Then you have a certain number of losses, you will stop for the day. You won't blow your accounts that week, but still you will end making profit that very week. Just like that. Right? That's how you stay constantly profitable. Right? There's no big deal, no No secret, nothing else, right? It's the same market, it's the same trades, same charts, right? Just different psychology, different approach, different risk management, different emotion, right? This is a trade right here. It's already dropping, but hopefully it activates us before going down, right? Hopefully it activates us before going down. The another key thing I also noticed with you guys is you guys also trade out of pressure, right? You guys just want to make money. You guys just want to make money. You guys just want to take trade. It's normal. It's cool because we're all here to make money. I'm here to make money. You are here to make money. And this is how I'm going to advise you guys to go about it. Calm down with the pressure, right? Trading is going to make you money in a long run. But if you start thinking of making the money crazy, crazy, crazy now, you will end up losing so much, right? You will end up losing so much. If you want to make more money, some people they're going to tell you are playing it safe. You don't want to take risk. I'm not playing it safe. I found about $100 on a small account. How much am I risking? 10%. 10% is not playing it safe. The trader also risk 1%, 0.5% of that same account. I'm risking 10%, which is about $10. If you're able to fund $10,000, and 10% of that $10,000 now is still $1,000. You're not playing it safe that way. Just like that. Right? If you want to become more aggressive, you are more aggressive. You can see, let me risk 20%. Meaning after 5 trades, your account is gone. We are not playing it safe that way. And how are you not gonna make more profit, make more money, get yourself your dream car? That's when it's gonna take time. It's gonna take some time, a year, before you eventually turn this $10,000 into $1,000,000, or turn this $100 into $10,000. It's gonna take a year, right? Depending on how the type of trader you are. Sometimes it's gonna take 3 months. So that's gonna. But if you're more aggressive, it's gonna take maybe 6 months. As you're not risking maybe 20% of the account. If I'm risking 10%, then it's gonna take some time. Just like that. Because you now know how to go about with your emotion. You're not trading out of pressure. You don't have to get yourself into trades that I don't trust this trade, but because you just want to take trade, you just want to jump on trades, you just want to make more money, you just take unnecessary losses. And it's something you can easily just avoid by staying disciplined, just following the plan you've created. Right? So enough of the talking. Let's just see how today is gonna treat us. Let's see how today market is gonna treat us, then we know what to expect. I guess it's still because of the NFP news, but the market is still yet to move as I'm expecting. But let's watch. Anything can happen. Let's watch. Anything can happen within the market. So let's just see how the market will move today. Then I'm always active on the chart. If I see any setup, I will drop. I'll let you guys know so you guys will take it as well. If I don't see any, I'll still let you guys know. Right? Then we will not take the setup. But let's see what the market is gonna do today. And I'll see you guys later during New York. If I don't have any meeting during New York, I'll let you guys know, and then we'll do the live and that live during New York to see how many of these played out, how many of them have triggered, and if there's any opportunity during New York. So I'll see you guys later. So I'll see you all later. Take care, guys. Someone is saying GJ, please. I've already done what I'm expecting on GJ. I'm still watching out for that sell on GJ. From a breaker. because I closed out yesterday. Got a fear. Continue. So take care, guys. If there's any setup, I'll let you guys know.